All right, welcome. Today we're diving into something that pretty much shapes our entire online world, whether we notice it or not. I'm talking about digital marketing. It's the reason you see certain ads, why you find certain articles. It's everywhere. So let's break it down.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever been talking to a friend about, say, needing new running shoes, and then just a few hours later, bam, an ad for those exact shoes pops up on your social media feed? How on earth does that happen? Well, it's not magic, and they're not reading your mind. It's actually a really powerful mix of data, smart algorithms, and a whole lot of strategy. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and see exactly how it works.
So to really get this, we've got to rewind a little bit. We're talking about a digital revolution that didn't just tweak marketing. It completely flipped the script on how brands and, well, us communicate with each other.
At its core, digital marketing is really simple. It's all about meeting people where they already are, on their phones, on their laptops, scrolling through their favorite apps. But the real game changer here, the secret sauce, it's the ability to interact and respond in real time, in the moment.
In this slide right here, it just nails the difference. For decades, marketing was basically a monologue. It was brands shouting their message from the rooftops with a megaphone, hoping someone would listen. But now, it's a two-way conversation. Brands aren't just talking at you anymore, they're talking with you. They're listening to what you have to say and changing their game plan on the fly based on that feedback. It's a huge shift.
Okay, so what's actually in this digital marketer's toolkit? How do they make all of this happen? Let's take a look at some of the key tools they're using every single day.
Here are the big four. You've got SEO, which is just a fancy way of saying how to get to the top of Google so people can find you. Then there's content marketing, which is all about creating cool, valuable stuff like articles and videos that actually draws people in. Of course, you have influencer marketing, which uses the trust people have in their favorite creators. And finally, targeted ads, which let brands get their message to very, very specific groups of people with almost scary precision.
Now, let's zoom in a little on social media, because this is where things have gotten really interesting. It's not just about selling stuff anymore. The best brands know it's about building a sense of belonging, about creating a real community.
And honestly, this is the part a lot of brands still get wrong. They get obsessed with chasing follower counts. But listen, 1 million followers who don't actually care about you are pretty much worthless. The real magic, the real value is when you build a community, a group of people who are genuinely fired up about the brand and about each other.
So what's the goal with all this? Well, it's about making the brand feel human, showing that there are actual people behind the logo. And one of the best ways to do that is by encouraging what's called user-generated content. Think about it. When you post a picture of your awesome new sneakers, you're doing more than just sharing a photo. You're giving that brand a super powerful, authentic shout-out. That's something called social proof. And let me tell you, it works.
All right, enough theory. Let's look at a brand that has absolutely mastered this stuff. A company that has literally built a global empire on the ideas of community and connection. I'm talking, of course, about Nike.
It all comes back to these three simple words. But this isn't just a tagline, right? It's a rallying cry. It's an open invitation to join this worldwide movement of people who are all about pushing their own limits.
And this quote just gets right to the heart of Nike's genius. They're not really selling you shoes, they're selling you inspiration. They're selling a better version of yourself. And by encouraging you to share your story, they make their brand a part of your own personal journey. That's how you create an emotional bond that's basically unbreakable.
So here it is, the playbook, laid out in 4 steps. They invite you to participate. They give you a platform to tell your story. They tap into real emotions, and then they tie it all back to their core message, just do it. It's a brilliant cycle, a masterclass in brand building that's just unstoppable.
But with all of this power comes some serious responsibility. This amazing ability to connect with millions of people also raises some tough questions that we really can't ignore. We have to talk about the ethics of it all.
Yeah, this ability to target and influence people on such a huge scale, it's a double-edged sword for sure. When used for good, it's amazing. But in the wrong hands, these same tools can be used to manipulate and mislead. It's a very, very fine line between persuasion and something a lot darker. When you boil it all down, it comes back to one thing: trust. For any brand to earn a real spot in our lives, they have to honor this sort of unwritten contract with us. They have to use our data responsibly, and they have to talk to us honestly. The second they break that trust, the whole thing just falls apart.
So I'll leave you with this question to chew on.
In this crazy online world where every single brand wants to be your friend, how do we tell what's real and what's fake? What does an authentic brand actually mean to you in this day and age? The next time you're scrolling, maybe take a closer look. You might be surprised at what you see. Thanks for digging into this with me.